If you are looking for a powerful and easy-to-use route planner, then you've come to the right place. Welcome to the basic tutorial for our brand new app, GS Route. In this video, you'll learn how to install this app and get started. Enjoy! The basis for GS Route was the Windows Store app track of the day. We have broken them down into all their individual parts and created a new route planner without overhead that really everyone understands. In this app, there are only functions that you absolutely need for route planning. Wacky functions such as weather forecasts, artificial intelligence, and much more are not available here. If you want to have all this at some point, you can go up to our Windows Store app track of the day for free. Let's start with the installation. You open the Windows Store app on your computer and search for GS Route. The installation is easy and not much more than just a single click. You can see how it works here.
The roads that thrill.
We now start GS Route for the first time.
Your bike will get its fill.
A web page opens with an introduction. You can open it again at any time later by typing the F1 key.
GS Route, simple beyond measure. GS Route.
Here we see the user interface. There's a simple main menu.
Fun in any weather. The export is super easy, no matter what you use.
On top of the main, you'll find a search box.
Just one quick tap.
You can choose between fast and twisty routing and select a map.
Start the engine, let the ride begin. GS Route, it's just that easy. GS Route, the roads are breezy. GS Route, views that never end. GS Route.
Below the search field, the quick routing can be started. More on that later. At the top right edge, the user interface can be enlarged and reduced. This can be done in steps of 10% each or by turning the mouse wheel while holding down the control button. On the far left, there is an archive for all your GPX tracks and routes. There are also two lists where tracks and routes can be modified. Tracks and routes look very similar, but are very different. Normally, you record tracks to be able to see where you have been later. Routes are used for navigation. Routes can be recalculated on a navigation device. Tracks cannot.
Die ersten Kurven, die schönsten Straßen. Dein Weg ist dein Ziel, dein Motorrad wird es lieben.
On the right is a big map control that can display 10 different maps, including Microsoft Azure Maps, Google Maps, Here Maps, the Michelin Maps, and much more.
Egal ob Navigator oder App. Nur ein Klick und alles ist verfügbar. Nur den Motor starten und schon geht's.
If you click on a road on a map, a pop-up opens. As you open this for the first time, you need to log into your Google Maps account.
Dessen Straßen geht, es so Panorama ohne Ende geht. Es so, weil Spaß macht.
After that, you can open the pop-up and look around with Google Street View. This web page can be opened in an internal web browser that can be placed easily using the docking Windows functions. You can see how it works here. The map and the Street View windows are linked. If you select a different location in the Street View window, the clicked location will be displayed in the map control. The toolbar of the integrated web browser contains 3 buttons for creating a route from your current location to the clicked location or vice versa. Adding via points to existing routes is also possible. The Street View web page can be switched to the standard Google Maps page with just a single click. If the globe view is activated, the satellite view can be moved into a full 3D by just holding the Control key and moving the map while pressing the left mouse button. You can select points of interest here and use them for route planning directly.
So lassen Kurven, die schönsten Straßen. Dein Weg ist dein Ziel, dein Motorrad wird es lieben.
To reactivate Street View, just click on a road and open the Street View page with the little pop-up at the bottom.
GS-Route, Kurven ohne Ende. GS-Route, so super einfach. GS-Route, Panoramastrecken, es macht Spaß.
The topic of navigation is complex, and every manufacturer does something different here. Almost all devices and apps can load routes, but usually recalculate them, so that the route often results in a different route than you saw when planning.
Nur den Motor Start und schon geht's los. GS-Route, das ist so einfach. GS-Route, die beste Straße. GS-Route, Panorama ohne Ende, weil Spaß macht.
GS Route counters this with the AR function for route export. With an AR export, additional route points are interspersed so that each recalculation is as close as possible to the original planning.
Das ist so einst einfach, ganz egal ob Navigator oder App. Nur ein Klick und alles ist verfügbar. Nur den Motor starten und schon geht's los. GS, das ist so einfach, die besten Straßen. GS, Panorama ohne Ende, weil Spaß macht. GS, 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 Route, GS, Route. Das ist so, geht einfach, die schönsten Straßen. Dein Weg ist dein Ziel, dein Motorrad wird es lieben. Installiere es jetzt.
Devices from Garmin, TomTom, and the new BMW Connected Ride Navigator can therefore also load and display tracks. The advantages and disadvantages of using tracks will be explained in a later video. At this point, only the note that with GS Route you can convert tracks into routes and routes into tracks. When exporting planned routes, you can export one or more tracks in addition to the route. More on this later. For the full range of functions, we first install a Pro license from the Track of the Day web shop. This allows us to unlock all functions and later switch to Track of the Day for free if necessary. From the main menu, we open the settings. In the General Settings section, in the upper left, we click on License Keys. The web shop of Track of the Day opens. Now we order a Pro license. The shop system automatically sends an email to the specified email address with an invoice and the license key. In this email, we double-click on the license key and select Copy. The long string is now in the Windows clipboard. We close the email and web shop and click on the button with the pin in the settings at the top right. The dialog for managing the licenses opens. Here we insert the license key. We have to make sure that there are no spaces or special characters at the end. Now we'll enter a nickname, our email address, and a password. Then we click on Register License. The license is now registered in the cloud by Track of the Day and is now valid for the specified period. Once this period has expired, you don't have to do anything else. GS Route is automatically functionally limited again. A new license can be purchased and registered at any time. After registering, you should save the credentials so that the license can be restored if something needs to be reinstalled. Each license can only be registered once in the cloud. However, up to 10 installations are possible on private computers. For additional private installations, load the previously saved access data and click on Restore License. GS Route and Track of the Day can be installed in parallel on the same computer. If you don't feel familiar with the route planning process, you can slowly approach this complex topic with this very simple app. Okay, let's start planning a first route. There are different ways to do this. For the first example, we'll use the search function for city names. We want to ride with a motorcycle from Lake Geneva in Switzerland to Nice in the south of France. We want to start in Thonon-les-Bains. In the search, we enter Thonon and click on the icon for the start of a route. After that, we enter Nice and click on the icon for the end of a route. Start and destination are now sent to the Microsoft Azure Maps routing service, and shortly afterwards the result is displayed. Now we improve the route and enter city names such as Val d'Isère, Briançon, and Pion, for example. In the list of hits, we click on the symbol to insert a new route point. With minimal effort, we now have created a first super curvy motorcycle route that will be really a lot of fun.
GS Route, views that never end. GS Route, your riding friend. GS Route, S Route, GS Route, GS Route, GS Route, GS Route, S Route, GS Route, GS Route, GS Route.
Next, we export this route to the new BMW Connected Ride Navigator as an example. The CRN is excellent at navigating with tracks. If you encounter unexpected obstacles during the tour, you can avoid them, and the BMW CRN will automatically guide you back to the track. This works very well and is the most important feature of the new BMW CRN and the associated BMW app. For export, we connect the BMW CRN to our computer via a USB cable. Then, in the settings, we open the device section and click on Automatically Detect Supported Devices. The CRN will now be detected and added to the list of known devices. In the future, it will be detected automatically when a USB connection is established. We close the settings and click on Export Route in the main menu under Route. The Export Route dialog opens. We turn off the filter and select the preset for the BMW CRN here. We can see that a USB cable will be used due to the USB symbol in the title bar. We can see which settings are used for the export by clicking on the pencil icon in the upper right corner. Each export setting has 3 tabs. There the settings can be configured and sample images can be added. In addition, a description can be created. For our example, we export a GPX route and an additional GPX track. It is important to understand that track and route are included in the same GPX file here. GPX files are like a zip archive, which is important. With a zip archive, it is not important what it is called, only what is contained in it is decisive. A common mistake is to rename a GPX file and be surprised that a route still has the same name as in route planning later. If you want to rename the name of a track or route, you have to do so within the lists of tracks and routes or use a separate text editor. Let's come to the second example. Now we plan a route for a motorcycle trip in Lanzarote. We leave the search field empty and just click on the icon with the small magnifying glass. Google Maps opens. Here we now see all the places we have marked on Google Maps in the past. I now zoom in on the Google map and find the company Lanzarote Moto Rental in Puerto del Carmen, which I have marked earlier. I dock the Google Maps window to a corner of the desktop again to start a new motorcycle tour here.
GS Route, 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 GS Route.
I click on the symbol for Start Route here in the navigation bar of the web browser. The starting point is now displayed on the map. In the Google Map, I now select the places in turn that I marked in earlier research in Google Maps. For each location, I click on the symbol for route here. The new route point will be visible on the map, and the route will be expanded to that point. If the info bar is displayed, you can see the distance and much more information regarding the current route or track.
The finest curves, the roads that thrill. Your ride is the goal, your bike will get it still. Just install it you use. Just one quick
Let's move on to the third example. Now we are planning a route for a visit in Gran Canaria. If neither a track nor a route is selected, the Create Route button is displayed below the search field. If you click here, the Quick Route Creation opens, the Quick Routing. This form of route creation is very suitable if you already have local knowledge or want to select roads based on their course. Before we start, we select the Top Plus map, which also shows small winding side roads very nicely. Now we create a round trip with just a few clicks. We start in the capital Las Palmas and extend the route by another segment with each click until it leads back to the starting point. With the inspector, we can display the elevation profile of the route. In the info line, you can see the distance and the estimated travel time. All route points can be moved freely to change the route.
The finest curves, the roads that thrill. Your ride is the goal, your bike will get its fill. Just install it now, it's free. GS Route, simple beyond measure. GS Route, simple beyond.
To complete the route planning, we click on the button with the plus symbol. The new route is now displayed in the list of routes and can be exported to a navigation device.
The export is super easy, no matter what you use.
Now I would like to use a route in the Pyrenees to show a form of route planning that combines everything that is possible in this app. The starting point will be Perpignan in the sunny south of France. We look for a hotel with Google Maps and start the route there.
It's just that easy. GS Route, the roads are breezy. GS Route, views that never end. GS Route, your riding friend.
Now we select the Michelin map, on which touristically attractive roads are marked with an additional green line. If you now click on the map with the mouse, a small pop-up opens that offers various actions. You can open the clicked location in Google Street View, open the route editor, add a new point to the end of the route, insert a via point between two route points, move the selected route point, or insert a new route point after the active route point.
The finest curves, the roads that thrill. Your ride is the goal, your bike will get its fill. Just install it now, it's free. GS Route, the roads that thrill you. GS Route, simple beyond measure. GS Route.
I now open the route editor, which lists all waypoints in a table and offers many other options. Users of Garmin devices can activate auto shaping or manual shaping here. In auto mode, all points between start and finish are initially a shaping point. If you configure a pause at a route point, it automatically becomes a via point.
One quick tap.
In the Garmin world, these points are also called alarm points because they must be approached or explicitly skipped. Such an alarm is symbolized by a small speaker symbol. In the route editor, the order of the waypoints can be easily changed.
The roads are breezy. GS Route, views that never end. GS Route, your riding friend.
There is an address search, and you can also set the names of the route points manually.
GS Route, GS Route, GS Route, GS Route, GS Route, GS Route.
Finally, I would like to mention that this application uses a special caching mechanism. All newly created tracks and routes are automatically saved to the hard drive of the local computer and loaded again at the next start.
GS Route.
If you have accidentally deleted a route or track within GSRoute, you can load this element from the cache directory by dragging and dropping it in most cases. How to find the cache directory can be seen here.
Super easy, no matter what you use. Just one quick tap and you're ready.
If you sort the displayed GPX files by date and time, you can easily find the last created element. All GPX files can be opened directly via drag and drop. Here you can see how it works. All the actions shown here work in the same way in the much more complex product track of the day. So, if you can handle GSRoute, you can also serve track of the day. After you return from a longer motorcycle trip, you might want to start with planning the next adventure. To clean up the working space, you can move the old tracks and routes to the archive. The archive control can display a section of the hard drive on your computer and display the contents of GPX files. Any directory on the hard drive of your computer can be used as an archive. GSRoute installs a default archive and some GPX files at the first start. We can see it here.
Just install it now. It's free.
To create a new folder, just select the parent folder and click the button with the plus symbol. Then enter a name and click OK. The new folder is now created on the hard drive of your computer. To move a route of a track into this folder, just drag and drop what the tracks or routes you want to currently do not need. It's also possible to export all open tracks and routes to one or two directories in the archive or any other location on your computer.
Start the engine, let the ride begin. GS Route, it's just that easy. GS Route, the roads are breezy. GS Route, views that never end. GS Route, your riding friend. GS Route, GS Route.
To open and modify a track of route, just double-click what you want to edit. To find a certain element in bigger archive structures, just type the name of what you search in the search field of the archive control. If an archive folder is selected, all contained tracks and routes can be imported with a single click. You can see how it works here. If you have any questions or problems, you can find quick help on Facebook in the Track of the Day community. Thank you very much for watching and have fun and success using this very simple new route planner.
GS Route, 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 GS Route.